Margaret, good morning, Christina. You're my early joiners this morning. So for the first few minutes, I'm going to walk towards the markets, towards the school where the markets are held, and I'm starting today from basically the car park of the Lawson Bowling Club. And what's notable about the bowling club, this is just extra, this is not part of the tour, this is just extra, is that it used to be the tank for the water, for the steam trains. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Dawn. So its round shape belies the fact that it was actually originally the water storage tank for the steam trains. Hi, Anna. And now it's a bowling club. So the main bar is called the Tank Room. Alrighty, so it's very windy here in Lawson this morning. We're going to slowly make our way towards the school. Just careful of cars. So we're crossing the bridge that crosses the railway line. That plinth across the road marks the centenary, the 100 years in 1913 of the crossing of the Blue Mountains. So Sydney as a colony was basically starving. They're running out of food. The ships weren't arriving quick enough. They weren't successful in producing crops, and they were sending out exploration parties, expeditions, in search of good land for growing crops. And they succeeded. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Louise. They succeeded finally with the expedition run by Blaxland, Wentworth and Lawson in 1813. And this lamp on the highway is a 100-year celebration marker, commemoration of that fact. Oh, these lights take a long time. So while we're standing here, this is the direction that we're going to be heading. Oh, here we go. We're going to head up the highway in that direction towards the grounds of Lawson Primary School. And I'll just point out a few points of interest along the way. So the highway was widened. It was actually only a single lane road coming through Lawson. Lawson, of course, named after one of the three early explorers. I always forget if he's Charles or William. William Wentworth, and then there was Blaxland and Lawson. This is a really cute little market, Renee. Happens once a month. Oh, we get a better look at the train station buildings from this point here, which are heritage listed. And then up ahead, this is the Lawson Pub. Lawson Pub, of course, is a nickname for Blue Mountain Hotel. And you might have noticed I didn't actually use S in that name. It's not Blue Mountains Hotel, it's Blue Mountain Hotel. Lawson went by several different names before it was eventually named Lawson. Temperature apparently is 9 degrees, but it sure doesn't feel like it. I've got my ski jacket on. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Jonathan. So Lawson went under various names before it became eventually named Lawson. One of them was Christmas Swamp. Another name was Blue Mountain. And the third was, I think it was 23 Mile Hollow. And here we have one of the watering troughs. Would have been used for the horses, bringing the carriages up along the highway. And it has a little plaque on the end here, which is kind of cute, which says, "The Dumb Friends of Man, presented to the Blue Mountains Shire Council by Mrs. Ma in 1921. So we're standing on Honour Avenue, now. And the reason it's called Honour Avenue is because it has a memorial to victims of wars. This is where our Anzac Day events are held. So our Anzac Day commemorations are held at this spot every April 25th. Hi Carol Sue. Hi Deborah. And here we have the Lawson shops. It's only a small shopping centre. Now while they were widening the road, they found underneath the original road that they were excavating the original Explorers Road. So this is dates from 1832. This piece was preserved and placed here in the square. So that's part of the original road that crossed the Blue Mountains. You can imagine what sitting in a carriage riding over that would have been like. Would have been a bumpy experience. And this is the Blue Mountain Hotel, Lawson Hotel. So it looks about like we're just about to tick over to start time. So let me get into a spot where the sun's not right in my face. All right. So good morning, everybody. My name's Liv. You can probably hear it's very windy at the moment, and hopefully my MacGyver hack is working to stop the horrible crackling. All right. Well, before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting today on the traditional lands of the Darug and Gundungurra people, and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. All right, so we're in Lawson in the Blue Mountains, which is approximately 80 kilometres from the centre of Sydney, heading directly west, and we'll continue on towards the school. So the Magpie Markets are held once a month on the third Sunday of the month in the grounds of Lawson Primary School, which is in fact the school that my children all went to many years ago. It's a quirky little market, and its purpose is to raise much needed funding for the school. Hi Ava. Hi Lois, and good morning Jen from South Australia. So these are the new shops. The shops that were originally here along the highway were completely demolished to make way for the highway widening. So if you have been to the Blue Mountains more than 20 years ago, you probably don't recognise Lawson Shopping Centre at all. The original shops, as they say, were completely demolished. So now we have some nice new shops. Very different, Anna. Very different. It was a bit sad that the old buildings were knocked down, but there was no way that they could save them. There just wasn't enough space to widen the highway. The downside of progress, isn't it, really? So, Chelsea and Deborah, good morning. And the school's just up ahead. I'll take the back way to get into it so we can pass a couple more things down along this way. So here we have a welcome to Lawson sign, and it's been constructed with bricks from the buildings that were demolished to make way for the new shops. Welcome to Lawson. So we're going to pass the community centre, and what I'll do is I'll just cross the road quickly. This is a very popular bakery. People queue up on a Sunday morning for their sourdough and their croissants. So the market's officially started at 9 o'clock, 3 minutes ago, and you can see the car park's already full. It's a very popular market. But over here in this little town square, we have the bust. We'll find out his name. Is he William or is he Charles? William. William lived from 1774 to 1850. There we go. So that's the bust of William Lawson, after whom the town has been named. Yeah, I think it's sad. There were some lovely shops, but understandably they hadn't taken very good care of them because the threat of demolition had been hanging over them for 30 or more years. So they were actually starting to become quite run down. This is our amenities block. And nice to have a sort of attractive amenities block for public use. All right, so here's the school. Let's go and see who and what we have here at the markets this month. And I'll show you some of the artworks that the children have done with the help of various artists in residence as well, such as this one over here. I think probably is just a class project, but there's lots of these sorts of things around the school. Vegetable gardens. We're going to see a chook house too.
Well, he's got a snapping inside.
All right, so the first stall we see as we enter the school has a lot of items handmade, aimed at children. Hi, Camilla. Lots of gorgeous handmade items, knitted. Hello. Good, how are you? Very well. I'm just showing people from all over the world your wonderful items here.
There's some funky dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Where are the dinosaurs?
Bracelets.
Ah.
There you go, rings. Have a look.
Good morning, Susanna. Look at these lovely things. They're all handmade. Some of them are just made with buttons and felt. There's a piece of a fork there. It's interesting. Some beautiful jewellery. Look at these. These are made with old silver spoons. Interesting use for a butter knife. Lots of lovely things here. And here's the dinosaurs. Dinosaur earrings. Look at those. Aren't they fabulous? All right. Crochet hats. Crochet hats are very popular up here in the Blue Mountains. Oh, come around the corner into the wind. What do we got here? Spices. Lots of spices. Jerusalem Old City Spice Blends. They sound interesting. Spice packs ready to cook. Oh, so they've made up mixtures for butter chicken, chimichurri, Dhaka, Indian curry, Ras El Hanout. All sorts of different spice blends. They sound fabulous, don't they? And then down here you can buy them in the quantity that you want. Oh. And here we have some fabulous barbecue sauces and Thai sauces and stir-in sauces. Here's the coffee cart. I'll be coming back here later. Let's see what we've got over here. Oh, salami and olives. Look at this. Kangaroo salami. Roux salami, Wagyu beef salami. They sound fantastic. Spanish chorizo. Oh, look at the olives. The olives look amazing. A lamb salami. Black truffle salami. I'm definitely coming back here for a look. Now this fellow here is currently sharpening my pinking shears. It's great to have a sharpening service. We brought our garden tools here the last time we came. This fellow doesn't have a canopy over his stall. What have we got? Oh, fermented tonic. That sounds interesting. I bet you there's lots of turmeric in it. Here we have pet food. Pet chews. Good morning.
Come on down, it's still a lovely day.
It's a fair way for some of them to come. I've got people here from South Australia, Melbourne.
Wow.
So, yeah. But if they're ever in the Blue Mountains, they'll definitely come along to the Lawson Markets. Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the Chook Hotel. This is part of the Lawson School and was never here when my kids came to this school. They would have loved it. Imagine having this in the school grounds. I think it's fantastic. I wonder if they get many eggs from them. Look at these. They look so well fed and happy. Or are they just very fluffed up? Hi, Carla. Great to see you again. Look at these wonderful chooks. That hen house looks amazing. Oh, hello there. Good morning. The ladies have all come to say hello. I've never had quite such a reception as this before. Hello, ladies. All right, we're going to move on. Maybe they're expecting some food. So we have some magnificent trees in the grounds of the Lawson School. Lovely old canthalaurels, I think. So what have we got here? Some old wares, pots, chairs. I think they're selling tools on that bench over there. Old tools, old tool boxes. Good morning, Linda. Fireplace tools. You can get all sorts of things at this market. Things that I have no idea what they are, but people who are handy using tools certainly do. Hawkesbury juice.
Hello, how you going?
Good, how are you? I'm live streaming at the moment, so the lady just gave you all 2 thumbs up. What have we got?
Okay, so we've got Sunshine, which is basically a version of lemon sip, our version. It's straight lemons, fresh turmeric,
wow.
fresh ginger. You put it into hot water or over stove.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then we've got pear and pomegranate, orange turmeric and carrot, watermelon, pineapple and lime. The green has cucumber, kale, baby spinach, lemon, ginger, pear, and beetroot and pink lady apples.
They sound fabulous. I might come back and get the tonic one later on when I've finished streaming. Thank you so much. See you later on.
See ya.
Hello. Good. What have you got here? Fairy floss. Wow.
And fudge.
Fairy floss and fudge. All the sweet stuff. Look at the flavours of the fudge. Butterscotch, lemon meringue. Oh, yum. Chocolate mint. Mocha. Coconut berry ice. Oh, man. These are just... and you can get all of them in one box. That's the way to go, I reckon, isn't it?
Just in case you feel like gifting something.
Or you can't decide.
And then 10 flavours of fairy floss.
I can't even imagine how you come up with 10 flavours of fairy floss, but there we go.
Wow.
So this stall seems to concentrate on mid-century stuff. Look at this fabulous big bread pot in the in these colours of the era. Orange. Oh, they've got some fabulous stuff here, haven't they? Look at the soda siphons. And Pyrex. Fabulous. I know my mother has that plate. Absolutely certain she has that. Old telephones. Oh, look at the old telephones. And here's your canister set. Coffee, rice, sugar. Excellent. And a fondue. Now, how 70s is that? A fondue set. So we not only have fabulous stalls, but we have representation from our local politicians as well. This is our Labor stand. Trish Dawes, our state member. Rommel is our local council member. And Susan Templeman's our federal member. Vinyls as in records, Anna? Linda, we're in the Blue Mountains to the west of Sydney. So right across the way from the Labor stand is the Green stand. You can get both points of view. You can buy seedlings and plants, fresh made cookies. All this wind's creating havoc for people. Davidson plum jam. Now that's Davidson plum is a native Australian fruit. Lemon, myrtle and desert lime, they're native Australian as well. Oh dear, there's stuff going everywhere. Hi Martha. Here's another coffee cart. He's waving to us. We might come back and we might come back for a coffee here since we haven't tried the coffee from here before, so I might come back here. Or they do beef curry as well. Jamaican patties. Ah, yum. Oh, look at this. Fantastic. Soup. Which soup do you have? Beef and veggie patties. What's the soup, sorry? Fantastic. I'll come back later. Oh, a waffle truck as well. Oh, I love curry too, Carla. I've been making Moroccan curries the last few nights, trying to decide if I need to keep my tagine or not. I've been trying to decide whether I can manage without it by just using regular cookware. Look at this fabulous cape. And socks, lots of socks and hoodies. Okay, we're going into the sun now, so that might make things tricky. Let's see how we go. That's Richard standing there, Susanna. He's got his back to us. Well, this is interesting. I didn't even know you could buy this stuff. CBD oil. It's good to know that that's available now. I'm really pleased about that. Looks like we have macrame and crocheting. Look at essential oils. This is a doTERRA stand. So what have we got here? We've got hand-cut leather. Oh, they're really interesting. Look at those pot holders. I thought we were selling plants. We're actually selling pot holders. Hello. Fabulous leatherware. Wow, look at this.
Display's gone out the window because of the wind.
Oh, it's dreadful, isn't it?
It by ear over here.
I love that stool, though. Look at that.
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it?
It's a lovely colour. I love that colour.
Oh, the turquoise.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yes. This is a yoga strap for your yoga mat.
Oh, what a good idea. That's excellent. Beautiful. And that's gorgeous too.
Isn't it?
The green.
Yeah, this leather, beautiful.
Dengate leather.
Yeah,
Oh, it feels so soft.
yeah.
That's lovely.
Pockets inside and out.
So how much is something like that?
$130.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Premium Italian leather. I've bought a big hide of that, so there'll be more coming. I can't keep up making with things with orders and stuff, so
Good for you.
yeah, that's good.
I hate to imagine how much your sewing machine cost you.
Not
even gonna ask.
I do by hand.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I find it really therapeutic.
Okay.
A lot of hand sewing.
Yeah, right. Excellent. There's beautiful stuff. Thank you. I love the earrings. Look at the leather earrings. What have we got here? We've got chutneys. Oh, homemade chutneys. And hot and spicy tomato sauce. They sound fantastic.
I share it on Facebook and everything.
So this lady looks like she's selling vintage clothing. That's an interesting bag.
What did you say?
Hello. Flowers. There's a market for everything, isn't there? This stall is selling sketchbooks. Sketchbooks and stationery, pens, pencils, paint. Oh, look at this. This is very colourful. Look at the jacket there. Fabulous knitted jumpers. Look at the colours of the coats though. Those jackets over there. This is handmade timber. Handcrafted timber stuff. Look at these little stools. Hello. I'm showing some people from all over the world. With your fabulous timber stuff. Oh, this stuff's interesting. Ceramic ware. Pottery. Beetles crossing. That would look fabulous in my garden. All those little toadstooly things. And then this side they've got peas. Peas and mushrooms. Very cute. Oh, this lady's focus seems to be crystal. Hi, Yoshihiro. A little fairy garden. Yeah, I've got the perfect tree for it in my garden. I could create a little door, make it look like a little fairy home. So who else is downsizing? I'm downsizing in a big way. I've given so much stuff away. Accumulating stuff is just not part of who I am at the moment anymore. I'm getting rid of stuff. But I can still enjoy looking at it. So this person's doing garden art with welding of metals. Hi, Norman. I tell you what, I don't mind some of these. We're selling our house. And I wouldn't mind a feature item for the garden. Just something interesting and quirky. Is that an owl at the back? Yes, it is. Here we go. There's the owl. Very cute. And this is magnificent. a bit hard to see the detail with a cluttered background, but it's pretty amazing. Well, there's a dragon, or is it a swan? Maybe it's a swan. So we've got some, looks like watercolours here. And some jewellery. I just spotted the most amazing fire pit. Imagine this in your garden. Oh, that's all right. Love that. That's awesome.
That's a 5 pit.
Yes, it's gorgeous. I love it. I know exactly where I would put that in my yard.
So,
Maybe. Here's another owl. Look at that. In a bird bath. Hi, Samantha. I love the frog hanging on the side, trying to get in. Here's another frog. I love the frog. It's very cute. Fantastic. This is some quirky stuff. It looks like they're just turning unwanted items into pieces of art. I love the bottle opener, featured bottle opener. Oh, look at this coat rack. Oh, I like these woolly coats. Big warm socks. Oh, they're those Tibetan singing bowls, aren't they? This guy's here every market. He makes all this stuff by hand. He's got this incredible tool for turning, I think. I wonder how my scissors are going. So over here we can buy movies, DVDs, CDs.
Size. But yeah, just blow and slow about 8 to 10 minutes.
So the smaller the ball.
Sorry, I promise.
Do you sell online?
Not the balls.
Not the bowls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
a
just
shame.
because you have to feel it, have a connection
Yes.
with it, and I teach how to play as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
it's-
interesting. Yeah.
Because it's no point taking it if you don't know how to play it.
Yes, of course.
That's
Yeah.
right. These ones are handmade ones.
That's just beautiful.
Ready?
Gorgeous. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And have a great day. Gets busy around this part. We have lots of food, cupcakes. What a fabulous display that is. Isn't it gorgeous? And then over here we have homemade biscuits. All different flavours, choc chip and brownies. Those prices aren't too bad. There's some gluten-free items as well, which is always good. And look at these fabulous, fabulous croissants, pastries. Oh, this guy also sells bread loaves. Hi, how you going? So we've got more. Oh, sauerkraut, fabulous. More salami. It's a bit of a crowd here. I just want to sort of move away from the crowd. Handmade marshmallows. And tabbouleh and hummus, traditional Lebanese food. Baklava. You're so spoilt for choice. There's some interesting candles. My mum doesn't like candles anyway. I don't think she'd appreciate these ones. Oh, these are gorgeous. Mazart. Mazart has her own. She's got Instagram and Facebook. So if you like these prints, look at the redback spider. They're beautiful. The bees. Oh, the wind's going wild down here. So here they sell gozlemi. And hi. I'm looking at you, but I'm looking at the painting behind as well. So this was part of a project for beautifying the school back when my kids were here. And the artist was a neighbour of mine. And then over on this wall over here, these are really beautiful too. I think it's fabulous for kids to be surrounded by art. There's the old school bell. It's not used anymore, of course, but the school dates from the mid-1800s. So the bell is original from that time. Here we have second-hand clothing and plants, more plants. But what I want to show you is the veggie garden and the amazing mosaic on this wall over here. So they've painted the water tank, but look at this. How fabulous is that? I'm trying to get it into a spot where the railing isn't in the way. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. And I'm thinking that is probably, just trying to think what lizard that is. Could be a mountain dragon. Just beautiful. Isn't he gorgeous? All right. So we're not far from finishing time. We just have one or two more stalls to see down here. Lovely cyclamen. Oh, aren't they beautiful? English snowdrops. Gee, I'm tempted to get one of those. Trouble is you need more than one, really, don't you? Teas.
Yeah, we just spent the last few months just clearing, like just organising the front.
Scones. Momo. These are Nepalese dumplings, or Tibetan dumplings. Close. Donuts. What are they cooking here? It smells amazing. I don't want to get into people's way. I'm trying to sort of stand back out of the way, but they look like... no, go on. Noodle rolls. They sound really interesting. I don't know exactly what they are. Pot stickers. Donuts. Oh, it's making me very hungry. And this one has Mauritian street food. Wow, that sounds interesting. Baguettes. Curried chicken baguette. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to keep walking. This is all too tempting. Eric's special baguette. That just looks amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to find a spot that's out of the way to finish up. I think that was cheese. I'm going to have to go back to look at the cheese. This is a special garden that was created after the passing away of a child that was part of the community in a tragic car accident. All right, let me turn the camera around. All right, so what did you think of Lawson Markets? That wind is almost blowing me sideways. Hi, Leanne. Sorry you're just joining me now. I'm just finishing up. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Anna. And hopefully one day you can all get to experience it for yourselves. It's a fabulous market to come to and very much part of the Lawson community. You definitely need to visit this market, Renee. Third Sunday of the month. But check them on their Facebook page in case, obviously that gets cancelled when it's too much rain. Alrighty, thank you all for coming and joining me on this tour. I really appreciated your company. Hope you enjoyed it yourselves. It's a gorgeous day here in the mountains, and I'm going to go and get a coffee for starters, and then I might go and explore one of those food stalls myself. All right, if you enjoyed and you're not already doing so, follow my channel for notifications of other tours that I'm doing. And as always, tipping is not obligatory, of course, by any expectation, but I'm always very grateful if you can manage. See you again on another tour. Bye, guys.